cash.
Finding a place and locking them in. WNBA is about to begin. Gotta trust the process if you wanna win, cause Just Cash is back. You better tell your friends when Angel Reese walks in a bar with Aisha Wilson and Caitlin Clark. These bookies don't know where to start. We be killing them all, tearing them apart. They can't mess with us, they can't mess with you. And I'm never gonna cuss cause I love you too. Hit thumbs up if you want good luck. Girls thinking that we fresh so they wanna We be winning the bets and they be rolling up. By far we the best, you ain't good enough. Ain't a damn thing funny, man, you know what's up. You wanna win some money, it's time to lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in.
Lock in, bruh.
Lock in.
Lock in, bruh.
Here we got another.
Lock in.
Yo, what's
Hello.
going on, gang? Welcome back, fam. Welcome. It is Flex Friday coming at you. You already know what time it is. It's Just Cash, baby. We're here to talk some WNBA. Joined, as always, Underrated. What's good, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. We went through a little turbulence yesterday. We had some bad beats, some really bad beats. We had some crazy emotions, down, up, then back down again. But, we came through it looking okay. We didn't profit yesterday, probably the first time in, I want to say, 2 weeks straight. So we take those bad beats on the chin and we move forward and we start another winning streak up today. And I will light it up. Let's go, E.
Yeah, so just to kind of recap yesterday real fast, we did have the two unfortunate buzzer beaters with Astier. New York, up 12 right after Atlanta just cleared their benches and they just left the starters out there for whatever reason. And what should have been their final possession, she just had, JJ was literally standing in no man's land by herself. Hit an open three, and, that game was just really weird looking at it. What would be the most ironic part about it? We have New York, one of the best paint defenses in the league. Angel was a game-high scorer for a while, just absolutely tearing them up inside the paint. And then Atlanta, on the other side, one of the best three-point defenses, and New York went out and was shooting 50% in the first half. And, that first quarter, Astier rattled off 3 assists just on 3 threes. So it was a weird game, definitely a weird night on some of those. And then, with AT, it was even more of the dagger in the heart to see that they waited until the second half started to actually stat correct her back down to, unfortunately, getting 5 assists. And that was just off of a weird situation, too. What would be, who would have ever guessed that Lexi Held would go out and basically shoot 100% from the field and then hit 3 consecutive shots in a row to convert 3 assists? So we were looking great in the first quarter, and then the second quarter, she just got 3 in a row. So it's unfortunate, but nights like that are going to happen. At least still 3 and 4 is not the worst. We could have been, 0 and not hit anything. The live bets were pretty good. Gotta say, soccer stuff, absolute fire in the Discord. And we woke up to a ton of green. I got to shout out Underrated here for waking us up with some MPP action. So it was not a bad night at all. Make sure you guys are a part of it. Come check it out. And if you won some money with this yesterday or just want to help support the channel, as always, hit that like button down below. It helps and goes a long way. You guys just have no idea. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Turn the notifications on and be a part of everything behind the scenes. Check it out. Run the links down below into our Discord services. Still running 7-day free trial. We got month-long, week-long, season-long, all the good stuff for you guys. So check it out and come win some cash. All right,
sir.
That was yesterday. Today is a new day, so let's lock it in. We got a couple good plays. One play that I feel pretty confident might see some bumps here during the stream. So Brittany Sykes, the 7.5 RA, make sure you get it in. It is still available on Prizepicks right now, but good chance this will go down to 7. She's juiced on the over 6.5 and then under 7.5. This is our perfect spot. Washington, a rebound downside that we always see for guards. no difference here. She had three rebounds the first game. We just played Clark this last game. Easy 3 rebounds, no problem. Same thing applies here. Sykes has been way more of a score-first kind of guard with Rice being out on the team. She's not passing the ball whatsoever. And I still think, yes, maybe there is some scare with Sabally being out, but having Fagbenley back is going to be a big boost. And also, Izzy Harrison off the bench. I know she got into massive foul trouble the last 2 games, but still playing minutes, going to see more of an increase overall as we move forward. But I love this spot. I mean, Washington just does the same thing. They're shooting the least amount of 3-pointers in the league, and that doesn't give any kind of opportunity for the long ball. She guarded Citron quite a bit this last game, too. So as their main 3-point shooter, besides Amore, I mean, really, she's going to be squaring up against her. Shouldn't see those 3-point opportunities to catch the rebounds. And I think this is a perfect play for us, man. I mean, she's just stayed under this large majority of the season already. And I'm kind of, maybe it's just the Sabally news that they're leaving her up at this, but I did see they moved down Mabry's 7.5 on Prizepicks at least to 7. So it would not surprise me to see her make that move as well. But again, looking at this matchup, I mean, it is bloody red. They do not allow a lot of RA, and mostly that's just coming off the back of straight up rebounding. So I will say also, shout out to her 4.5 rebound under. I still like this one quite a bit. If you guys can find that, I think it is another great play for her. But yeah, man, only 25% for players in a similar spot, and it's just something, I mean, tried and true. They don't allow rebounds, so I love this play. I think we saw what we saw out of the first game from her, and this is going to be no different here.
Yeah, man, we got to go for it. I like this a lot because the RA unders, especially like when we did the Gabby one earlier in the season, we got an advantage with the assists. We know she's not throwing the ball anywhere. She's not playmaking. She's just Kelsey Mitchellin, just taking the ball, driving in circles, throwing up threes. She's going to score, go to the hoop. She's not looking to pass. They got Julie in there all those minutes now. Helps us on the assist side. And then, as you said, the Washington no rebounds to guards thing, add that on top. We got 2 chances. If she snaps off and somehow passes the ball and gets 4 assists, we still got a good shot to win. If she somehow, the ball bounces her way and she gets 4 rebounds, we still got a good chance to win. So, liking that.
Yeah, man.
Double chance.
And also another thing to kind of highlight, now with Julie back into the mix, I mean, she's 100% good to go. We saw that this last game with 36 minutes in total. But something about Julie, too, is she plays a very similar style to a small forward, even though she is the point guard. Look at her rebound rating. I mean, right now, I think this is actually lower than what we're going to see from her overall. But looking at her from last season, I mean, she averaged 3.7 boards, and already right now back in the mix, she's closer to 3. So from the last couple of games now, I know the last one only 2 rebounds, but the ones before that we had 6, 4, and then earlier in the season in this matchup she also had 3. Again, very tough for point guard position specifically. And then the Seattle also had 3. So there's a lot of RAs just being drained out from her by herself, and I think this is another perfect spot for her to dominate in the playmaking, and Sykes is just going to be a shoot first player. Plus, with Sykes, too, this matchup is a huge bonus spot for free throw attempts. So, for her to operate in that cutting zone, trying to get to the basket, down low today, that could be a good spot for her. So, I'm looking at that. I'm looking for her to shoot the ball, not pass it, and just keep doing Sykes things.
Do Sykes things. Drive around, throw up the ball. Keep on doing you, Psyche Sykes. And 7.5, we will take the value. As you see our board here today, not any unders because bookies have been adjusting. But that's okay. Things will pop in. Just today they didn't line up exactly right, so we're going with a little different strategy here. But I like them all.
Yeah. All right, so Flage pretty much not available anywhere else. If you guys didn't catch that yesterday when we were on stream or in the Discord, it is now 5.5 for her regular line. I said the 4.5 also was very much in play, so hopefully y'all got some exposure to that. But most of the odds on the 4+ are pretty well shot. Shop around, you can parlay that in some pretty easy pieces on books, but at least for the fantasy sites right now, if you didn't get in yesterday, sadly that value is probably going to be gone. But good matchup. We saw her coming off of a 12 rebound game, even with Malonga and Pham in the starting lineup. I think this is a totally acceptable spot for her again. Golden State shooting a ton of threes, so plenty of long ball opportunities for her. And in the first game of the season, I know some people might look at her stats and stuff. You just got to remember, it was opening night. That was a bit of an exception. Rookie jitters, all that stuff is going to happen. But she's looked really solid over the course of the season now. The minutes also really great for her. One thing I will say I do like about this Seattle squad is they play a fairly tight rotation. And especially with Malaga, as she gets healthy and playing closer to her 30 minutes, they really, coach is keeping it tight right now. They're running right around 30 minutes for everybody or more in close games. And Falache looking pretty good, man. Looking pretty good. Again, I think that first game, just a little bit of jitters there. She also only played 26 minutes, which I don't think should be something that we would ever see out of her. Outside of foul trouble, though, she's been pretty solid. I like the spot. We saw a lot from her this last game, and I think being back at home also is a huge boost for this game for many reasons. Seattle, surprisingly enough, they've been holding their own. Even though not winning so many games, they are not getting just crushed. And especially at home, they've not lost by any more than 10 points. So being able to hold up, especially against Vegas, at Vegas, that looked extremely promising. And also against the Sparks, they're a high-powered offense as well. So not bad, not bad. Maybe they'll turn it around a little bit here, or they just stay in the full tank mode. We'll see after All-Star break. But nonetheless, they're playing pretty good ball, and this, I think, just continues to be a great spot for us. We also just kind of flip over to opponent metrics here, and you can see both of these teams, for that matter, right behind Chicago in just overall rebounds allowed per game. So we'll talk about Gabby here in just a second on the other side of things. But Golden State, this mostly is just translating from a lot of three-point potentials that they are taking right now. So let me get this. What is this? Okay, that was weird. They still haven't fixed their WNBA site, which is strange. But let's look at Golden State here at the top. By a mile, they're averaging almost 32 three-point attempts per game. And then Toronto right behind them at 27.8. So there's a huge difference in their game. And I think this mostly is what really sold me on her rebounding chances. So any of the rebound upside, I think, is fair game for any of the Seattle players today. But do like the spot, did like the 3.5 line, and it just made a lot of sense. So we are going to run it.
3.5, 3.5, 3.5. You get a 3.5. You get a 3.5.
Yeah.
You get a 3.5.
It's a low rebound line, Dave.
Yeah.
We'll just roll through the other players. I think most of the stuff will be pretty straightforward. And then today we'll open up the floor a little bit more for questions, because I think that's what we've been running behind on more so. All right. So Gabby, same situation. Her being at 3.5 rebounds feels like a great spot. Kind of surprised that bookies were leaving it a bit lower, but we saw her play really poorly. I got to say, the first time they played against Seattle. Come on now. Scoring metrics were really bad. Only 7 points. Still played good minutes, so I think that's something that is trending back in the right direction. The last couple games now playing really high minutes. But for her, the rebounding's always been the same. 3.5 rebounds. From last year, we would snap that up and no problem. Looking at her this season, though, 8 out of 12 games. I am not mad at that. The matchup and everything lines up really well for us. And then if we look into kind of digging into the games that she missed here, we had this blowout game. They were up by 18. We had a 27-point game. This was the only natural miss. And I think also, again, looking at Indiana, they do not allow a lot of rebounds. So not really that shocking there. And then the other one was, it ended up basically just being a blowout. But against New York, not a great spot there either. Now we got a great spot, and we've seen her really perform in these situations. A lot of them that do allow rebounding, she had 4 more. I like it. I love the minutes. I think that also kind of get back against Seattle, if you will. That first game was pretty bad, so looking for her to pick up a lot more in the scoring and just kind of doing it all for the team here.
Gabby, we finally got it over for Gabby. Yay, I get to cheer for Gabby.
Yeah.
Run, Gabby, go. Get it, Gabby. Get the ball, Gabby.
And one of the things also that I did like about Gabby, so she doesn't really get that many offensive rebounds. That will kind of happen from time to time, but mostly just defensive rebounding. And for this matchup, Seattle, they are the 3rd most defensive rebounds allowed. And I think also with this matchup too, we've seen Seattle start to pull a little bit more from three on the other side. Their 3-point metrics were pretty bad for most of the season. They were actually bottom 4 for quite some time, but you look over the course of now having everybody healthy again, and they're actually creeping up. They're middle of the pack here. So this is, I think, something that's moving in a positive direction for kind of how we're attacking this particular game. There's going to be a lot of rebound potentials on both sides. A lot of rebounds. Hope maybe a lot of bad shots too. Who knows? But the rebounds potential will be there for us. So we got 3.5 for both of those players on the other side, or on both sides here. I know it's kind of ironic that we had a bunch of 3.5 rebound lines, but these have been our money makers, and they've been really kind to us in the league so far.
Yeah, let's try it again. If we look back through, bro, have we missed a 3.5 rebound play? No jinx, but just saying. I mean, they do feel really good.
We have not. Knock on wood, we have not.
Yeah, so let's roll with it. The day that we don't have a lot of unders, it's just the lines are pretty tight. We don't want to force anything. I'm sure they'll come back around here soon. And yeah, let's throw some 3.5 rebounds up there in perfect spots and players that should get those rebounds. So they feel pretty good, man. It's like someone said in the chat like a week or two ago. It was really funny, but it made a lot of sense. He was like, WNBA, a lot of times they'll shoot and miss. So I take under assists and I take rebounds. And here we are. Perfect.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And hey, if you guys appreciate what we're doing here, make sure and show some love. Hit that like button down below for us. As always, got one more day before our, this is our last stream of the week. It doesn't even feel like Friday. It's kind of crazy. But no more streams for the next 2 days, and we'll be back on Monday. So let's send it off with a bang.
Hey, it ain't so.
Oh, okay, let's keep it going though. We got Big Laura up next with her 3.5 line, and something I think is pretty interesting. Now, Sabally being out is going to be a big boost for her, and yes, Fag Bailey being back is something which, if I had to guess, I think coach is going to have her be a starter out there for a while, or at least be a starter for this particular game. Her minutes, though, going to be really low. She's been out for a long time, and we know with these players returning how that can look. I'm honestly expecting her at best playing about 20 minutes here tonight. I mean, she only played 16 in that game that she got hurt, but she's been out for so long since opening night. I mean, how many other players do you see coming back playing over, at least over 25 minutes? That's a rarity. But she's a big. We know how they got to work back from condition a little bit, extra sometimes, get winded. She's not a player that really played high minutes anyways last season. A few games over 30 minutes, but not really consistent. So honestly, man, I'm expecting at most 25 minutes out of her realistically, but I think truthfully, she's probably in the low 20s, like 22, maybe 24 minutes, something like that. And that's going to leave a lot of room for the other players in rotation. Now, Laura, this last game, we saw 37 minutes. Yes, it was overtime, so still 32 in regulation looked pretty promising. She's been nice on the glass, and somebody who playing, more as a small forward on the team. I think there's a lot of positives for her. Tougher matchup, and maybe not necessarily something we want to target with the guards, but I do think in this matchup, she's going to play a little bit more inside the paint and kind of as a stand-in power forward. Now, you look at her backup and or person she's splitting minutes with in Izzy Harrison. She's getting in some foul trouble, and that's something we've seen with her in seasons past, that she's been a bit handsy, especially in the first half, and it's cost her a lot of minutes. This matchup, not really getting any easier, with or without Kiki playing on the other side. Still going to be seeing a fair amount of Austin, still going to be seeing plenty of Citron slash into the basket. So there's plenty of foul chances for her to have again this game, and if she gets in any kind of minutes reduction, that's just going to only open up the floor for Laura to play more minutes, and I think you got to have interest in that, man. You look at her so far this season, the rebounding's been really consistent for her. She's a low volume shooter, so if you want to dabble in the, the PRA or the fantasy, I get that. The steals also really promising for her, but again, low volume shooter. The rebounding, though, I think this is a perfect spot for her. Looking at her in the first game of the season, where she was just coming off the bench, only played 15 minutes, mind you, still put up 6 rebounds. So I think that was very promising. What we've seen out of her in the last couple games now, very promising. Tougher matchups, too. I know Chicago was a good matchup, but New York, not an easy matchup. I like it, man. 4 more rebounds. We've seen it in every game that Rice has been out, too. Looks like a solid play. Yeah.
No, I'm actually proud of our. I'm proud of the way we found the props today. and last night because we want to go under, as everyone knows. We say that all the time. We want to go under, but we're not going to force anything. There's nothing standing out with these unders except for that Sykes play at the moment. So we'll ride with these, find these 3.5s, and I don't know if it's lucky or it's just turned out this way, but these plays feel really good as well. And decent values. We have some MPB plays to throw at them later in the Discord as well, so it'll push the payouts up, and we'll be just fine.
Oh, yeah. Plenty of stuff to mix in with it. And again, we still got soccer, MPB, as you mentioned, up later on tonight. And they are starting to add more stuff for tomorrow as well. We'll come through all that. So I am sure we'll find some more stuff to work with. But yeah, I mean, honestly, Washington, even though they are a better paint defense, not really the best defense, and Golden State's our only good defense tonight. And I would say take that with a grain of salt, because what it says on paper is not translating to what we're seeing.
Right. And I mean, like you said, we're going to have a lot of props here that are going to come out tonight. So if we see something we love, we might throw a little video together and throw it on YouTube, because Logan says, I low-key be missing y'all streams over the weekend. I need to join the Discord. You do? What up, though? We're sitting there waiting for you. But he made me honestly think, like, man, it'd be kind of fun to do a stream over the weekend every now and then. But we'll see.
It would be. Maybe. The only problem with like the weekend stream is usually there's a couple of daytime games, so it's kind of hard to work around that unless we stream like super early. And for me, that's not that much of a problem, but for you being on West Coast, that's a bit of a difference.
Yeah, you won't like my attitude at that time. I will be obnoxiously angry, and everything will suck. But just as an example, maybe some of the days line up, because tomorrow it starts at 3 and there's 4 games. So I'm not saying we should tomorrow, but those should be days coming up here. We should do like little special streams every now and then that work out. We both want to.
Yeah, a little surprise stream. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not? I'm game.
Yeah, cool.
All right. So next up, we're looking at Big Malonga. And real fast, was she at 21.5
He was.
PR earlier? That
was.
did? Okay.
That minus 168 is crazy. Why is it that good? Are they all that good?
No, this one's really just on DraftKings, and I will say also on parlay play, we're getting pretty good odds for her at this too. But 19.5 PR was a solid look. I mean, we did play her in the opening game for this particular line. I remember she was extremely low, but she's impressed us. And even though, yes, I will say the last 2 games, coming back from the injury, the minutes are going to keep ramping up. We saw a little bit of foul trouble, some dumb stuff early, and lost out on minutes in the second half from this and this, but she is working her way back to being fully healthy, and I think this is another big step closer to her. Matchup could be a little bit on the scarier side. Again, I think it says on paper this is one of the worst spots for her, but she gave him the business the first game, and we've seen a lot of active bigs recently. We had AT the other night. We saw Asia twice. We've seen Boston. There's been a fair amount of them being able to easily get there. So I do like our chances here. It is just another one that I think we might be here in another month from now looking back at this prop and laughing like, oh, man, you remember that time where we had Malonga at 21.5 DR? Oh, that was the good old days.
1,000%. Yeah, no, you hit that perfectly. She is good. She is good. She is good. She is dope, bro. And when we looked at Golden State's defense, we're like, I mean, yeah, they're holding their line a little low, so it makes sense. Push it down a little bit. Cheer for Big Malonga. I mean, these are one of those ones that I feel okay about. I'm not super confident because it isn't over and things happen, but if you want to take an over, this is one that doesn't hurt too bad.
Plus, I mean, again, with the rebounding upside for her, we could score a lot of extra on top from that alone. I mean, the first game, she had 8 rebounds, and this last game looked pretty promising. Obviously against Vegas, that I think was just more so on the minutes, but she was still pacing really well for that. And now, we get a really great up spot for that, and we could easily be looking at, a 10 plus rebound game. Wouldn't shock me in the slightest. I know also her rebounds were a very popular play, which I think is totally fine. Now with it being at 6.5, it's losing a bit of the value, but it's still a decent play. 6+ line might be a little bit better since you're probably going to have to parlay it anyways, but yeah, either or. I like it, man. I'm not mad at the regular 21.5 line. I think that one's also totally acceptable. But the 19.5, a little bit more so what we're looking at here. I like them both.
Yeah, for sure. And K Frosh says, "What's up, y'all? What's up, bro?" He says, "Aaliyah Boston had me sweating balls with rebounds yesterday, but I woke up to some green." Aaliyah Boston, we love you.
Yeah, it was one of those, the bad beats broke our way, and thankfully Skylar hit that 3 and sent it to overtime.
And thankfully, Kelsey Mitchell, fumble. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kelsey.
Didn't get us on that one. All right, y'all. Let's open the floor up. Let's talk about some other stuff that you guys are looking at, and we'll kind of roll through the comments and get ready for these games. I think our first game is at 7:30 Eastern, and then the late night hammer. So a little bit of time to work with here. A little bit of time.
Yeah. We're early today. That's good. Logan says, "Let's go. What up, doe?" And it rhymes. Let's go. Dex Sport says, "Let's go." And he says also, Sykes 3.5 assists, lower. Now we have her RA. He said assists. I think you're going to say, let me guess what you'd say. He would say, I like that. It's not bad. We're going with her RA because, Washington doesn't give up rebounds to guards at all. We don't think Sykes is going to get that many. If you put 7.5 there, that means she has to get 4 rebounds to make that equal exactly what that 3.5 assists under. So why not double it up and do the RA? Does that sound about right?
Yeah, pretty much. She can be a little bit more random with the assist, just kicking it out. Mostly just looking at Mabry here tonight as far as sweating that out. The first game, though, was pretty straightforward. She only had 5 potentials, and even though we've seen her take a bit of a roller coaster here, I do not believe in 10 potentials. I think this was total fakery here, and now with Julie being back into the mix, I
was saying yes, Julie is the reason. She's in there now.
Yeah, so with her being back the last couple of games, even with 10 potentials, still only was able to convert one of them. So, nothing too crazy in that aspect. And you look at also kind of where her assist zones are, per se. Yes, this, I think, is just the most scary part. And if she was over 40% or over 50%, that might just scare me off of that altogether. But having kind of a nice mixed bag here of either it being this or under the key or in the key area under the basket, this is a no-fly zone. So if we remove most of the production out of here and it just leaves the 3-point line, I think, yes, Sweat Mabry out mostly our problem here. But other than that, man, she's just shooting the ball so much. The field goal volume just continues to kind of creep up. And now also with Sably being out, she was a third scorer, third, fourth scorer, whatever, what have you. And she might pick up more volume off of that. So it just doesn't really leave a whole lot on the table for her. Players are going to get gassed out too, trying to exert themselves so much on scoring. And if this continues to rise up, I think we see the assists continue to drop off. And it just makes a lot of sense. You can't do them both.
Yeah, so I think what Dex was looking at and what a lot of people might look at is when you look at her rebounds, you get a little worried because she has those spike games with 7 and 5 and 6. And you're like, oh, man, if she stays on the assists and gets 6, 7 rebounds, I'm toast. But the matchup for the rebounds here, if you look down there, I think you showed them already. All those red bars for similar players against Washington, right? With the rebounds. Like, look at this, Dex. Like, that right there makes me confident. Unless some random crazy thing happens where somehow the ball bounces to her, which is possible. It is betting, it's not 1,000%. But I think the RA just gives us a little bit better shot with both spots being in the, we have an advantage on both lines there. So why not put them together? Because like you said, a lot of times, man, they got to just go out there and be average at best. And they're, she's going to have a really good RA game to get us with the RA, so.
And truthfully, it's just the assist. So, nobody has really been able to crush the rebounds. But, you look at the two players that were able to get there with the RA side of it, and this is coming from the assist aspect. But Clark and Page are nothing compared to Sykes, or Sykes is nothing compared to them, I should say. Like, the potential, like all that good stuff, she's not setting the offense nearly like them. And again, I mean, any kind of point guard, shooting guards, they're just not seeing any production. The only two players that were able to get there in any closer capacity was Mabry that very first game of the season with 7 rebounds, and then Falage here, who had 6. But those two players play at the small forward spot more so not really Sykes' cup of tea. I like it, man. I love the rebounding thing. I think this continues to just be our game plan. 4.5 rebounds for point guard, shooting guards. I don't care who you are, going under versus Washington, especially on the road.
Yeah. I mean, look at Sykes' spike rebound games, too. 2 of them are against Chicago. So the rebounds look a little scarier than they might be if you just look at the whatever that's called, the bars.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, absolutely. So the only natural game that she really racked up the rebounding was from the New York matchup. So both of the Chicago's number 1 spot, Seattle number 2 spot, same reason why we're playing Gabby today, and then Phoenix also a top spot. And plus the unreal just offensive struggles they're having to begin with. But New York also, we can kind of dissect that a little bit further because we know that they're right here in 3-point shooting. So top 3 in threes per game. We know the long ball is going to be there. So i.e. again, while we're targeting Falage for her rebounding chances, this is the exact same thing. So it makes sense, the games that she's gotten there, and then the more comparable matchups that she has missed out on, I think line up exactly the same, like Minnesota, not really giving up a whole lot of them. Portland, not really giving up a whole lot of them. Sparks, same thing here. And then we saw it from Washington. She got a couple rebounds early to that game, mind you, and still ended with 3.
Love it, man. Love it. At least we have 1 under today. Boy, does it feel good. Now, does it mean it's going to hit? No, it doesn't. And we have to preface this at all times because some people don't think about it this way. But, you know, I think we can give it a 75% chance in looking at everything that it's going to hit. That means there's a 25% chance it will not hit. So don't be surprised if something crazy happens. That's just the name of the game, right? So I just want to always throw that out there because some people think, you know, if you say it's good. Yeah, what's up? You put the one
real
up.
Fast.
Yeah?
Yeah. Just, I mean, as we expected, Coach came out and said Fagbilling is going to be on a hard minutes limit tonight. So, like I thought, I'm thinking 22 to 24 minutes at max.
So, LJ's rebounds feel even a little bit better. I mean, just a little more secure minutes now, right?
They do, man. I think she's going to have to play, even if we're talking worst case scenario, if she goes out and plays 27 minutes, I think we're totally fine. But give us over 25 minutes and we're good. 25 is a bar, I think. 25.
Love it. Kevin Stark says, let's go beat the bookies Friday. FTB. That means F, the bookie. C-Dot says, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, smash the hype button. If you guys can smash the hype button, that would be lovely and amazing. We would love you forever. Underrated and E Just Cash are the WNBA GOATs. Let's go, USA! He must be into the World Cup.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's right, baby.
Fear Nothing says, sup, fellas? What's up, Fear Nothings? Good to see you, man. Khadijah says, man, you know what time it is. Let's cash. Let's go. And
that's right.
I like this comment she put. Bankroll at 400 plus since Friday when I found y'all. Channel, appreciate the time and effort you and E put into this shit, man, for real. Love from Broward County. That's awesome.
That. Thank you.
Thank
love
you.
To hear the love.
And glad you got your bankroll up. That's dope.
Yeah, man. We had a lot of new faces in there, and I know even though yesterday slight blemish, but we still have had a very productive week. And all the other sports, you know, this is not the only thing we do. Again, I can't stress that enough. And we're not that far away from NFL season. And oh my goodness,
oh, don't do that. Oh,
y'all don't even know about the tackle game. My goodness.
Oh, that's 100 units coming up again. D. Johnson says, let's go. And you know, when you talk about yesterday and a blemish and all that, it's like when I look at those 2 disgustingly bad beats, if those would have just snuck away with the win, man, we would have been sitting here like 5-2 again. So I'm not even thinking about it. Jason says Reese had 6 overboards and only 3 offensive boards and only 3 defensive boards. LOL. That makes sense, right? Me bounds.
Yeah. Bro, it's wild, man. And I know we had talked about the double-doubles yesterday too, but I did not expect her to score nearly that much, and then for the trade-off to just be having no rebounds. Like, that was crazy. It was such a weird game.
Aspridacor says, oh no, I lost $2. Whatever will I do? LOL, just win more. Let's go. Appreciate the love, man, the comments, and kicking it with us. That's what's up. C-Dot says, join Discord, boys. Rough day of WNBA, but MPB was a sweep. Let's go, USA. And it was a rough day, but it wasn't that rough. That's the best part about it. Our rough days are like, we lost a unit. Our good days are like, goodness me. We're at 47.22 units on the season. When in doubt, zoom out, I've heard. Logan says, what is that? What's MI? I'm stupid. What is that? Oh, 1 minute in and already 25 likes. I love the growth. Logan, thank you for being here through the times when we got, 7 people watching. So, WNBA season starts, and here we go.
Brother, that was like 2 months ago, man. We couldn't give stuff out to get people in here for college basketball, and now the NBA is over. I'm glad the room's filling up. There's plenty of seats at the table, I promise.
Yeah, and hey, when it comes through, if you like college basketball, I'm telling you, bro, it's just as fun as at WNBA, if not more fun, to be honest. I had so much fun doing that last year. We didn't have as many people, but we found a strategy that worked, and we were winning. The last 2 months, I swear we won 30, 40 units, so... Hey, same thing. Let's keep it going. Tori says, let's go. It's Big Bang Friday. What's up, Tori? He says, I like Citron first quarter under points. I love his first quarter plays. They scare the shit out of me, but I like that you do them and then let us know if you win. And you've been hitting. Citron first quarter under points at 3.5 or her first half at 7.5, trying to decide. Or I might just run both. What do you think? She does do nothing usually, but no Kiki.
Yeah, well, I mean, if Kiki doesn't play, I think there is a little bit of a scare factor in that because she has been a little bit more active in the first half, that she's not in foul trouble. Now, I mean, I know this is something we've been kind of talking about and riding the wagon on because she just has not done this since the beginning of the season. Most of her woes are just coming in this first half specifically, and I mean, I would assume it's just mostly from the first quarter here, so that is a totally acceptable look. It is a good matchup, keep that in mind, but still we saw the first game. She really struggled, only able to put up the 2 points there. I don't mind it. I think that's honestly a totally fine play. It feels a little taxed up because, I mean, needing 4 points here, that's basically what her first half average was. It took him forever to bring this line down, dude. I mean, she was at 8.5 for a minute, all this duration. Yeah, I think it's fine, honestly. It is a good matchup, so just keep that in mind. But this production, we're not seeing from her. Keep an eye on Kiki news, though. That would maybe talk you off a little bit.
Logan says, and I love that he brought this up because I cannot wait to look at this with you. Logan says, Austin PRA under. Now, people are going to say, what are you thinking? But I don't know, man. These are one of those ones I could be so off and she could go out there and go crazy. But, bro, if they're going to put her lines high, let's just find the highest one we can possibly find that makes the most sense, whether it's fantasy, PRA, whatever it might be. What did they bump too much? These are those ones.
Yeah, her lines are quite high, I mean, to say the least. The points especially, the highest we've ever seen. I mean, I think ever seen. 17.5 on some sites is, I mean, honestly, really appealing to take that under. Now, yes, she's been the most dangerous with the rebounding and the assists. Been pretty consistent for her, at least getting one or more per game. And now, do I think she's going to keep converting 4 out of 5 potentials? No, that is going to level out a little bit. But still, three or more assists, I could totally see that being a thing for her. Her lines are high, man. I mean, we were talking about a player whose fantasy was just at 28.5 and 29.5, and now that's her PRA line. Prizepicks today already has bumped her up. I mean, she started the day at 32.5, and she's at 36. So she just bumped down by 0.5. She was at 36.5, but 32.5 to that, like, what are we talking about here? That's so high, and we still didn't even have news about Kiki.
Maybe they know, but I know not everyone, but I would guess a lot of people are on her today to take her overs, and those are to me personally, like I said before, I could be totally wrong, but I just want to throw my thoughts out here. Thinking about how bookies think, and you go, okay, this is the spot, and everyone knows Washington there. have these two bigs that are really good. Kiki's out. That means Shakira all of a sudden is just that much better and it's going to score that much more and have this much more usage, etc. Maybe. And it's a perfect matchup. So bookies go. That's what everyone's going to think. So let's put their lines unreachable. People are still going to be playing her over, not even looking. And they're going to go away and be like, you know what? We just made a hell of money off these people because they know how we think. So there's got to be something in here. So what's the spot, bro? Is this what's the fantasy on Underdog? Is it lower than 36? Must be, huh?
I think just slightly. 33 and some change.
That's not slight. That's a lot, right? Three points.
Yeah, I mean it's more than likely going to see another bump before locks here because they just bumped it up from 32 and a half, like maybe 30 minutes before we hopped on stream. But still, I mean, everyone's taking it in the dark, assuming that Kiki is not playing. And even if she doesn't play, like let's play devil's advocate here. Worst case scenario, she doesn't play. We have not seen a game with Lauren Betts starting. We have no idea what that is going to look like. And so far, Betts mostly just being an annoyance on the rebounding aspect, yes, but also secondary playmaker. We've seen we've seen several times where she sets the offense. And does that move Shakira over as a power forward? Do they stagger their rotations, or does Betts stay off the bench? Do they go small and play somebody else? There's a lot of different variables here, which it wouldn't surprise me to see them actually go small. And if they do, Betts probably going to still play her fair amount of minutes that she has been, and maybe even some more on top of that with Kiki being out. So there's a lot of stuff that we just don't know. And then God forbid on top of all of that, Shakira getting into foul trouble, which has cost us some coin this season to begin with. And I know we did play Shakira in this first game, so I'll be totally transparent. We played Mabry, we played Shakira because their lines were unbelievably low. But still, Shakira had 28 minutes in a close game and had 4 fouls. She got in a little bit of foul trouble early, and then.
There's a lot of things to look at here. Another one I'm looking at is last game, Kiki played 8 minutes. So we got to see what they did. What did they do? Shakira scored 10 points. Big deal. What does that do? Yes, it's a different matchup. It's Indiana. But you look back at the first Indiana game, she scored 19 points. So it's not like the matchup was what was holding her down. You know what I mean? So why would she come out? Yes, Toronto is terrible. They give up.
Funny you say that, because that was an extremely good matchup. They're top 3 in points in the paint. I mean, that was a really good spot for Shakira.
You see what I'm saying? And she scored 10. They didn't choose to go to her so much just because Kiki was out. They just played their same game. I don't think they're going to do anything more. They're just putting the lines higher because of the spot and because Toronto is Toronto. But we know how these girls are. How many times have we taken an over like this in our life where they disappointed us and we just threw our phone out the window or like threw our remote control into the TV? You know what I mean? So
yeah, many a times.
I'm saying I'm going to do it personally for fun. When the news comes out, regardless, I don't even care. If Kiki's in, cool. If Kiki's not in and they bump her even higher, oh my gosh. But I'm going to wait till right before tip. Just play something for fun. But I want to ask you one last time. Is it the fantasy that we want to play? She does get a lot of blocks off and on.
She does, and I do worry about that, but it also comes with a fair amount of turnovers too. I mean, we see multiple turnovers in the last 5 games.
I just had a vision of Sykes driving to the hole and Shakira blocking her 3 times.
I worry about that more so than anything, yeah.
Maybe PR, maybe points. Maybe points. It's just straight points because she can get the rebounds, possibly because Kiki's out. Maybe that leaves her a little more rebounding. She's shown that she could get some more assists this season. What do you think? Points?
It's either the points or the PRA, and I think we just sweat out her, not doing anything extraordinary. We're going to lose off the points. I think if it's going to be anything, we'll lose from the points, but that is by far the highest line for her.
Okay, so we'll just watch that one. I'm excited to look at that one later. That's a fun one to cheer for, and it could break my heart and make me look stupid, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. It's part of the game. It's part of the game, but I do like the spot. So Bennett says, and what's up, bro? He says Shakira Austin plus fantasy or PRA. So he's on the other side of it, thinking that same way. And I'm gonna tell you, man, personally, you could, but it's high, and you're going to need her to go out and play the best game she has with no foul trouble, And it could happen, but I personally would pass. Would you agree? I think that's where we're at. Yeah.
I mean, if you're reaching for an over, I would play just the fantasy on underdog here before that line moves again, because this is still a playable line. It's not that inflated, especially considering the fact that they got her at 28.5 PRA to begin with.
Good call.
I don't mind that one.
Yeah, she could
stock her way there, no problem. But again, the points are so high, man. And I don't know how she's this juiced up on the over.
That Kiki news, man. People think Kiki's out and they're looking for something to play, and people love overs. You already know. The Gale says payday in the association. What's up, man? D Johnson says, let's go. Fear Nothing says, just won $700 on soccer. Time to tear up the WNBA. There you go, bro. Congratulations. Just don't put it on Reese this time. Just kidding. Jason says Reese had 6 offensive boards and only 3 defensive boards. I read that already. How did I miss these ones? I don't know where the heck I was. Okay, I missed a bunch of comments. My bad, guys. Skip says, wasn't a rough day at all. Still cashing. Let's go. Good luck. All right, good. It wasn't a bad day. You're right. It was just not a profitable day in WNBA, which we had 2 weeks straight of. So it felt like we're expected to just win every single day. It wasn't bad. Logan says, Citron 2 3s? Question mark.
It's all right, man. I mean, she just kind of falls in the same category with like Paige. You know, they will shoot the threes. They're going to take their 4 or 5 attempts. Yeah, I mean, if I had to guess in the dark, 4 attempts sounded about right. She stays shooting over 50%, you know, sure, but having kind of a down season in that regard right now, only shooting 35%. I think for her, this is just another one of those get in the paint and get it done kind of matchups. I mean, the first game we saw from them, yes, she shot 50%. She went 3 of 6, but still from the floor, 9 of 10, pretty solid. And also had 8 free throw attempts, which for her, the free throw attempts is really what's kind of carried her overall scoring up and over. And some of the matchups more recently, like Indiana should have been a really good matchup for her. I don't know what happened. She just was not shooting the ball. And the Atlanta matchup, bad free throw matchup, and she actually was able to put up 7, so that was pretty promising. I think she's still just kind of working back from an injury, though. She is due for a big scoring game, though, like another 20 bomb, and this could easily be the matchup. A lot of stuff on paper for it, so I will say, too, her fantasy felt a bit on the lower side. 28.5 felt pretty nice. She does get a lot of blocks and steals. And this matchup, we know both Mabry and Sykes can turn the ball over a fair amount. So she's an interesting one, man. Especially if Kiki is out, I think I might have a harder look at this one. And the assist, man. Talking about some playmaking.
Yeah.
Last 3 games now have been something else.
It has. It really has. Because I was looking at her assists in the beginning of the season, and it was completely different. She came in a whole different way this last week or so. So that's interesting. We got Amor on the board. You scared? I am too.
Do we?
Yeah, we have Amor. 3.5 assists now. Eesh. Can't do it. We got to just watch her. Hopefully I don't know, man. She did really good last game. Messed us up. Anyways, I digress. Actually, she didn't. She only got 4 assists. We actually hit. I forgot. But she got 3 at the end, and it made us a little bit scared. So anyways, she has a little more potential. So Citron, yeah, that's an over. Logan says Heidi PRA over 20.5. We were talking about Heidi. Logan's coming with ones that are fun to talk about here. We were talking about both these right before we got on. Heidi is tempting for an over. I thought I'd never say that in my life, but here we are.
Yeah, she's shooting the ball a lot right now, and especially from 3. We were quite curious at the beginning of the season what kind of side of her we were going to get, and it was looking like pretty, mediocre to start with. But the last month now, again, that field goal volume, double digit every single game. Now, I did not like what I saw the first game. I don't know if maybe that was just day one jitters or what have you, but she was really struggling to score the ball, and all the other metrics kind of mediocre. Now, the assist, I do like this. I will say also shout out, kind of. I feel like I might have to, at least for an honorable mention. They moved her assist back down to 3.5 on a lot of sites, and matchup is tough, yes, but 3.5 is pretty low. We've seen a lot out of her these last couple games with Malonga back, and the potential's not too bad either. I think pretty well in that range of our 2-to-1 ratio. Yeah, she had 9 last game, but the game before that had 12, and then the game before that had 9. So roughly about 9 to 10, I think, is a pretty safe zone for her. But still, tougher matchup. I feel like, honestly, as of late, for Golden State, they played the guards and opposing like small forwards and stuff, more or less whoever Gabby and or Burton's covering on the other side. I feel like those players have seen quite a bit of reduction, and we've seen a lot more damage getting done in the paint lately. I mean, like we were talking about earlier with AT, we saw Asia, both games that they played. We saw Boston. There's been a several amount of high volume players that can get there. So I think that helps out her assist upside a lot. Not really sold on the rebounding. I mean, this has been all over the place this season. So if I had to pick, probably leaning a little bit more towards that 17.5 PA. Numbers looking a little bit more consistent, lines up with the volume that we're seeing and the three-point volume that we're seeing. So Golden State, pretty bad against the three-pointers too. They are giving those up. I like this one. If you can find the 16.5, that one looked a little bit more appealing, but I think 17.5 is fine too.
Yeah, I was thinking she was going to get all kinds of usage dropping, and she wasn't going to do anything when Malonga came back, but I was quite wrong. She looks like a part of this team, and she's been playing really good. I don't want to take it over, but if I had to, I think you're probably looking right with the PA. Is the fantasy any better? What were you going to say?
Or I was going to say, I think they just adjusted her lines, but the PRA is at 19.5 right now, unless that's a Prizepicks specific thing, which we're asking about. Okay, yeah. That one's not bad. I mean, I think, honestly, I could stomach that one for the discount. You might be playing for a push there.
Underdog's 19.5. Underdog's 19.5 with normal payout, too. No multiplier. That's decent. Again, I don't want to play her, but if I had to play her, I don't hate it. Her rebounding sucks. She could get 1 and she could get 0. That's the only thing.
Yeah. I'm not necessarily sold on that one, but everything else looks fine. I like the volume. 3-point's been there. Free throw, those kind of sporadic from game to game.
I will say, though, the Golden State matchup is still one not to mess with personally. I'm not going to. But there's that also on the negative side for her. Andre feels me. Andre says, I don't play overs, but when I see one, I love Shepherd. 1.5. Free throws made. Nuked it. E and U. Let's go. Unders for life, baby. Hey, I am right with you, bro. Unders for life is the way you will be profiting and winning and getting your accounts banned and limited over and over. They don't like it. But we do what they don't like. That's how we win money. Starfall says a little DGen play. Another under better. Starfall, what's up? A little DGen play is Heidemann under 4.5 assists. Oh, and I wanted to look at this. Or under 10.5 PRA first half. Now, because we're just looking at her PRA, and it's 19.5. So if her first half is 10.5, I feel a little discount coming. Plus, I'm going to throw this out there too, E. I'm going to throw this out there. If Malonga's starting, you imagine they start the game trying to feed her. That's just the way that they play. And if you look at the last 2 games where Malonga started, in the first half, Courtney didn't do as much. Not Courtney. I'm getting my stud buds mixed up. Heidemann didn't do as much there, right? In the first 2. And that could have something to do with it. Plus, it's a tough matchup. Very tough. Starfall, man, you be coming with some plays, bro. What do you think? 10.5 PRA first half. Fuck you, Heidi.
Well, it's definitely inflated. She could fall into a couple random RA here and there, but one thing that did look really promising with her is just the minutes. She's playing a really flat rotation right now, and I think that's mostly with Jade going back to the bench right now. They've kind of, staggered minutes between her, because look at her full game stuff. I mean, she's still technically not really playing over 30 minutes. I mean, we saw it right at 30 minutes here in the Phoenix matchup, and then old rivalry way back on May 20th where she played 30 minutes. So it's it's not really something for her. She doesn't play over 30 minutes that often, but even let's say she's playing 28 minutes, 29 minutes a game. Look at here, she's right at about 12 and some change minutes. So you can see clearly playing a little bit less overall in the first half, and then her being out there with the closing squad plays a little bit more minutes in the second half, closer to like, 14, 15 minutes, what have you. But still, this is, very consistent. Now, I will say, I don't know how I feel about that first game because it's hard to digest. We did see her be quite productive. 5-2-2 in only 9 minutes. That was quite a going rate that we got out of there. So she did miss because she didn't play the minutes. Now, looking at more recent games with players moving in the starting lineup, your fam Malonga the last 3 games now, taking somewhat of a hit. The Sparks matchup should have been a really good one for her. We know Minnesota is bleeding threes, and if I had to guess, she put up a lot of them. If I do recall correctly, yes, she had 3 threes in that game too. So popped off a little bit more in first half. Also former team and what have you. The motivation's there. But minutes being kept in, man, as long as she's not hitting multiple threes in the first half, I don't mind that at all.
I was looking here too, and I had an idea. Maybe it's silly, and maybe that first half is the shit, but I'm looking at the rotations over here. She only plays 4 minutes to start the game. The last 3 games, same thing. All 3 games, she starts for 4 minutes, and then they put her on the bench for like 4 minutes. Then they bring her back in fresh, I guess is what they do. And then she even has another little spot where she goes out and comes back in for the last 4 minutes of the second half. Looks like it's been that for 3 straight games. So think about if you're doing live betting and she plays for 4 minutes and her PRA is sitting at, if she gets 0, it's sitting at 15.5 or 16.5 or something. I feel like the value might be right there. Could be wrong, but just something to notice, man. 4-minute rotations are pretty silly in the first half.
Man,
but that could work out for that under first half PRA, to be honest, because she's not getting, like you said, she's getting what, 12 minutes in the first half, 13 minutes max, and she needs to get 11 PRA with Malonga in there, and they're trying to feed her now, and it's Golden State. I don't know, Starfall. You be coming with them. That's not a D-Gen play. He said I have a little D-Gen play. No, it's not a D-Gen play. That's a great play, I think.
No, that's not bad at all. And honestly, even, I know I kind of was riding on this train for a while. The under 6.5 points. That's pretty high.
I'm with it, bro. I'm playing it. Call me crazy. I'm gonna make a slit with Heidi under first half PRA and whatever Shakira under is. Where is her PRA 10.5? Is it Underdog or is it Prizepicks?
Underdog, yeah.
What's Prizepicks at? 9.5? 10?
Yeah, 10 flat.
10 flat. Yeah, because they got the good Shakira play on Prizepicks. So, but yeah, I'll throw that in the mix, bro. I like that play. I honestly like that play a lot. The more we look into it, she doesn't get the minutes. It's a super hard matchup. They're going to feed Malonga. She hasn't done shit in the first half since Malonga's been back. The second half is really when they need her and when they put her in to give her some more time. I've been noticing because I've been live betting her too, and she comes through at the end of the game.
Yeah. She reminds me of Wheeler a lot. She just does everything in like the fourth quarter and garbage.
Because she's that veteran and she doesn't mess up and they have that young team. They need her in there. But first half, that's a look, bro. I would not mind putting it on the list. I know it sounds crazy, but I really wouldn't. What do you think? Is it too much?
No, it's a totally acceptable look. I think honestly it's a fine one because again with Malonga in one of the more recent games or the 2 games ago when she got into early foul trouble against Vegas, she still wasn't doing a whole lot here. So assuming Burton is guarding her on the other side, this is going to be quite a difficult scoring spot. If she hits 2 threes, just accept it. We're probably toast. But if she doesn't do that, I think we're looking good.
Oh, I'll bet that all day she doesn't hit 2 threes.
I know we have our protected play that we could still run for this evening, and even it is only a 0.5 difference, but I wouldn't even mind being able to run these 2.
Sykes is 7.5 on. Oh, you're saying with the protected?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it, bro. I'm writing it on a list, and if you want to delete it, you can, but I'm going to write it. How does that feel?
Let's do it. I mean, it feels just like Bridget Carlton. You know?
He said yes. Let's go. E, will you marry me? He said yes. Let's go. Cool. Thank you, Starfall, for that beautiful look. He gave us the other play the other day, too. The Wheeler 11.5 points when they were slipping, and we all got money off that, too. So appreciate you, bro. B. Frazier says odds are -114 for Sykes, 7.5 RA. It was -138. So interesting. It's going the other way. Is that what that's saying?
I am not sure.
Let's see. So if it was -138, they were giving you less payout. Now they're giving you more payout. Yeah, it's going the other way. That's weird. I don't know who's betting her over 7.5, but they are silly. Logan says everybody gets a 3.5. You get a 3.5. You get a 3.5. Yeah. I mean, come on. Logan says Austin PRA under. We're going to talk about her under later in the day. I think in the Discord, I'm going to drop a stupid play and people are going to hate me when it misses, but it's going to hit and then people are going to think I'm a genius. What up, Doe? He says, what up?
What up?
And 3 times is here. 3 time. What's up, man? What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Let's go, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I low-key be missing y'all streams over the weekend. I need to join the Discord. I mean, if you join the Discord, we hang out 24/7, 7 days a week. I don't know if you can handle me for that long, but it's part of it. It's part of the pain, guys. P. Murph Monday says Austin over 2.5 assists. That's interesting. What do you think? Because I could see it like this. No Kiki, Austin in. They give Austin the ball a little bit more, but they're paying more attention to Austin. She got to kick it out a little bit more. And she's been doing it. Not that I want to play it, but makes sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely been playmaking a lot more. And, I mean, the 3.5 line is kind of outrageous, to be honest. But, deservedly so for the last 2 games now. Yeah, the 2.5, I'm totally fine with. I mean, this is the primo spot. Honestly, I would not be surprised to see Austin, Amore, and Citron, all 3 clear their assist props today. If I knew Amore was playing more minutes, I would love her 3.5 assist. I will say that one really stood out to me. She just needs minutes.
You talking about Austin's 3.5 under, or no?
No. This is the assist matchup. I mean, number 1 allowed, top to bottom. So anybody that's a playmaker, there's a real good chance they could see a spike in this matchup. Okay. But with Kiki being out, maybe that kind of throws into a wrench into things a little bit here if they haven't practiced with whoever the other person's going to be. I could see Austin getting 3 assists, no problem, getting 4, maybe kind of pushing it.
Okay. Skip says Malanga party tonight. Yes, sir. And he says another great night. Buckle up. Let's do it. Okay. K-Frosh has an interesting one. What do you think about Flage Johnson 8 RA? Now we know we're on her alt rebounds we got yesterday at really good value. But if you missed it, would you play her RA? Because she did play make last game as well. Will she do it again? Tough matchup though.
Yeah, she's been playmaking quite a bit in the last 2 games now, and I wonder if this is just with Malanga specifically being back on the team, because that first game, Malanga didn't play many minutes. She didn't see many potentials, and Malanga snapped off the last 2 games, and that changed. Good potentials. I mean, this looks really promising, because this is also when Fam moved in the starters too, so she's got players around her, and it's not just Heidemann, which, circling back to first thoughts of Heidemann, this may be kind of cutting to some of her production long-term.
Yes.
Just, something to think about there that as well. But not even her. I mean, looking at the next person up too, you got to keep this in the back of your head. Fam, not exactly being passive either. I mean, we saw 8-8. The Vegas matchup, the whole team assist was down, so I think maybe we just kind of write that one off. But last game too, Fam also had 6 potentials as well. So maybe this team honestly just does a lot of by committee secondary passes and stuff, and it just ends up like this. I do like it. Maybe don't go too crazy with it, but not bad, honestly. The RA, I think now considering her rebounds are at 5.5, that would make a lot more sense. But also, I did like her PR. The only thing that kind of scared me off of that was just seeing Gabby on the other side. But yeah, the RA probably the better look for her now.
And it's 7.5 in a lot of places, I'm seeing. So you don't have to go 8. You can go 7.5. It's probably 8 on Prizepicks. I'm assuming K Frosh is thinking, but if you have a different book with 7.5, it feels a lot better.
She was 8.5 demon earlier.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Asper Decor says, used your picks. I hope for the best. So do we, sir. So do we. Thank you. For the trust, in fact. You're putting your hard-earned money on that. Well, we won't steer you wrong. Don't worry. Skip says, the best is coming, brother. Skip! Appreciate you, man. Deck Sports says, I feel what you're saying. Sykes RA it is. Cool. I'm glad we made sense with that, because I was looking at her assists for the past couple weeks, and they were leaving her at 4.5 a few times, and those were nice unders. Now they adjusted them to 3.5, so we'll rotate over in the perfect non-rebounding game for her to the RA, so I'm glad you're feeling that. It does make sense. Hopefully it works out. Kenny says, Gabby Williams, PRA over. I know we like unders, but check it out. It's not too bad. Gabby, PRA, he says. Gabby's been balling. I can't even deny it, but I can never trust Gabby. I love Gabby, but I can't trust her scoring. It's so, who knows what's going to happen. Is it different now? Can we trust her now?
It's a little bit different. I do not trust the assist. I know this is something that we picked on multiple games in a row. I don't know if necessarily I want to pay the tax on that, because, she could easily end the game with another 1 assist. I know she had 4 assists in the first matchup, but again, remember that was off the back of a terrible shooting performance. So she kind of pumped the brakes there and switched that over. Had 10 potentials that game, which did look promising, but more recent stuff, I think at best, maybe 7 potentials. And the last 2 games now only having 6 and 4 is something. But we already love the rebounding spot for her, so I think that is already kind of baked in to our thought process here. I was looking at the PR earlier. I know Prizepicks had it kind of teetering back and forth. She was 18.5 on most sites, so I am curious if Prizepicks actually put her back to 19.5, or is she at 18.5? You think they would just put her at 19. All right, so they did bump it back up. She's at 19.5 here. Now, with that being said, probably the PRA would make more sense being at 22. Oh, they want that up too, man. That's so annoying.
That's what I'm saying.
This was at 22 flat.
If you're going to mess with Gabby, Kenny, I'd say personally you got to go PR, because they're adding 3 assists, and there's no way that's going to help you. The chance of her getting 4, which is what's going to help you with if you're adding the A to the PR, you know what I mean? They're adding a 3-point tax with the PRA, right? The only way the PRA is better than the PR means she needs 4 assists or more. The chance of her getting 4 assists is very, very, very slim. So I would just roll with the PR, if anything. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think so. Cool. I think so. I don't trust those playmakings.
Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Let me get the applause for this one. Let me get the air horn for this one. Appreciate y'all, gentlemen. I hit on a 6-man parlay yesterday because of y'all. Y'all are starting to become my favorite betting channel. Oh, come on, bro. That's awesome.
Love it. Love to hear it. Hell
Appreciate it, man. We work hard. We're glad that it's paying off for you guys as well. It's fun, man. It's fun. I hate bookies more than life. Let's see what else. Catch Your Freedom. What's up, man? He just has the salute emoji. Salute back to you, sir. Stanley Williams says, what up, doe? What do you think about Marine over PA? Now, Marine. Is this Marine Johannes or is this Mabry? It's probably Mabry, right?
No, yeah, definitely Mabry.
Okay.
Honestly, she's in a great spot today. We know Washington, they're bleeding threes and have a formidable paint presence. And we did play her on opening day at 14.5, and that line felt absolutely amazing. The 18.5 points is, right there on the threshold. Personally, I will never play her at 19.5 points or over. That's a hard pass for me. But 18.5 points is not that bad. Even the 17.5 on some sites is acceptable. I know Underdog didn't really give us much to work with for her today. As far as alts, yeah, they kind of put the kibosh on that. Now, her assistant playmaking is still kind of appealing, but again, with Julie being back in the mix for only 2 games now, we don't really know how that looks because she took a massive hit this last game. I know she was scoring quite a bit, so there was that trade-off with it, but still going from 10 assists all the way down to only 10 potentials down to 2 potentials is a bit more of a swing that I kind of want to, dance with, if you will. They're really up and down, at least in that aspect. But she did get 7 rebounds in that first game, and with no Sably today, she could see a little bit more in that aspect. So I do think she is going to play more like a small forward today than we have ever seen. They're going to need help inside the paint for her. I like the scoring upside. I don't know if I trust the other metrics. Most of that stuff is just coming off of the threes, though. I know we hate threes props, but I mean, most of the over or up and over for her is coming from here. Now, that first game, I know she had an unreal amount of free throws. Not really expecting that to be the same case here, but it is a potential. So she's in a good spot if you want to play it. I mean, it's Mabry. She's just another one of those players. Can go up and put out 20 points, no problem, or she can go out and put up 17, 9, or whatever the hell happened here.
Yeah, Mabry is almost like Enrique. It's just, to me, it's just hard pass every time. I just can't do it unless it's an under in some spot. But it does make sense when you're looking at the assists and you see all those assists from earlier. But like E was saying, Julie's playing big minutes now. Julie had 9 potentials. Mabry had 2 last game. There's no way I can touch her assists. So got to be points or nothing. And that's a lot of points to try to get here. In this matchup's not, well, actually this matchup is whatever. But yeah, it's Mabry.
Yeah, it feels a little neutral. I outside of that first week, I mean, I know we played her a couple of times, but I've been completely happy just fading her this season. We've taken our RA under in random spots here and there, but it's Mabry. If you played her over the years, you'll find your disappointment along the way, just like we have.
Yeah, and that's better. The more you play these players, the more you learn that you don't want to play them, and you narrow it down, and that can only help you. Just narrow it down to your favorite plays and, work on those instead. Pass on her. Which ZB Miami says, yo, I'm late to the party. Let's go. What's up, bro? ZB Miami, always good to see you, man. Coming with good plays and good energy. Love it. Love it. Stanley Williams says, what up, though? I got that already. My bad. ZB Miami says Shakira first quarter should be good today. She's not hit the last 2 or 3, but before straight cash. I think it should be good. Let's look at what's Shakira's first quarter.
Well, I know we had one of our members post that up last night where she was at, I believe, 2.5 points, and it moved up to 3.5. We did miss that value, and yesterday, kicking myself because we brought it up on stream, and I literally brought up the graphics, and we didn't even talk about Carla's first quarter, but that did play into exactly what we were talking about with Carlton, and she ended up going up and over that. So yeah, man, that was it 3.5, or is it 3.5 still? It's a bit of a difference. What site was that?
I don't know. It doesn't say. He didn't say 3.5. He just said first quarter.
Oh, it was at 3.5, and like I said, I'm like 99% sure somebody posted that at 2.5 yesterday. Yeah, 5.5. I'm good on that. The 3.5 was a golden line. I mean, she hadn't missed that all season.
We used to play her fourth quarter at 3.5 last year. She would get it. I mean, they do go to her. It's just, do they go to her the whole game? That's why that under is interesting. Anyways, ZB Miami says her PRA still go under because after first quarter she gets quiet, but no Kiki makes me think about it. Yeah, right there with you. We'll see.
You gotta.
Yeah, I mean, Kenny says Austin bumped to 36. Got me and underrated got her at 32.5. Yeah, that's cool. If you get to 32.5, it makes sense. I don't want to play it still, but makes sense. You got 3.5 point value. That's good. Austin over 3.5 free throws. JJT12380 says, what do you think about her free throws?
Yeah, it's still a pretty good line for her. She's been mostly active throughout the season. No surprise here. Well, actually, big surprise against Indiana. I mean, it's a number 1 spot for free throws, but no surprise against Atlanta. It's a low spot. Dallas, same thing there. Seattle, a little bit more middle of the pack. It is not bad. I know she stayed way under this last season, so that's kind of giving me a little bit of pause here. Another play just...
You have her at.
Hmm?
Oh, he says 3.5 free throws, not attempts. 3.5, not a 5.5, whatever. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Nah, not much of a difference.
Okay.
She is a decent free throw shooter. I'll give her that. But again, just looking at the volume, so they got her at 4.5, but we're only at 6.5 for the attempts. That doesn't really line up right there. It's all right. I mean, nothing too extraordinary. I know she had a lot in that first game, but I don't know, big dog. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, free throws are just tough in general, at least in my opinion. And over the years, we've been playing them, and I tried to want to like them, but they're so random. I hate it. People would say variance. There's too much variance. Just Joke says Shakira Austin over 8 boards. 8's
Yeah, that one's fine.
pretty cool for her. What's the 8 on Prizepicks? I'm assuming, right? Or is
Probably.
it? Okay, yeah. That's not bad. Big Boy Dooley says, hit the like button. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, guys, if you don't mind hitting the like, if you haven't yet, we got 110 watching, 61 likes. We're almost to our good luck 69 likes. We only need 8 more. That would be really nice. Khadijah says, Salon over 3.5 rebounds. She always comes with the interesting ones. Salon 3.5 boards. She does rebound a good amount. I don't like taking rebounders that aren't starters personally, unless I know she's going to get all the minutes. What do you think about this one?
She's definitely been a rebounder, but like you said, the minutes being one thing, and that one's, I don't know. That it's an appealing one. I mean, yes, it is still the same rules apply for Gabby. Why we like her. I did play a few more minutes the last 2 games now, so I like seeing that. But if she plays under 25 minutes, it's going to be a lot more sweatier. If she plays over 25 minutes, I think you're good.
Okay. And then she says
4 plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not a bad play.
And then she says Gabby 3.5 rebounds juiced to -162. Yeah, we like that. Right? -162.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, she was at like -140, -150 earlier, so that's not too terrible. And I don't think Underdog. Well, they did knock it down a little bit. Yeah, it's a 0.8. Wait, is that what we had earlier?
No, 0.8's.
Or was it better?
Okay, a little bit.
Okay, yeah, we had it better earlier. So it is at least still available on Underdog as well.
Those type plays, some people see juice like that and they get scared away. They don't want to play it. Me personally, if you think it's worth it, it's still an okay play. I mean, -161, I don't know off the top of my head. It's like, what is that? Like a 65% chance? No, it's more like a 60%. If you think she's at a 60 or more percent to hit the 5 rebounds, then you're good with it. It's still a good play. It doesn't matter. But what do you think about Flage now? Because I know we got her way better yesterday. 3.5 rebounds. She's asking about 4.5, juice to -160. Would you pass on that now?
Just maybe a lighter unit, or if you want to pivot over to the 7.5 RA, I think that one's all right.
Oh, yeah. The RA
odds definitely got worse, though. She was -120 yesterday for over 4.5, and now being at 5.5 is kind of wild.
Yeah, I think the 3.5 is where we felt pretty comfortable. Going to 4.5 is a little extra. But like you said, the 7.5 RA might be a good pivot if you haven't got any of the 3.5 in. MBM Justin says Washington -2.5, and he's talking money lines and spreads here. Not money lines. He's talking spreads, and he's calling it a lock. And bro, I don't think you should call anything a lock that is a spread on a WNBA game. Just saying. I mean,
it's good. How are they massive favorites tonight?
He says -2.5. I mean, that is a interesting line, but you have no idea what's going to happen in this game. I don't. At least.
I mean, Is it even worth taking the spread when, the money line's a straight bet option too? Lose a little bit of value, but still, God forbid they lose. They win the game by like 2. You'd be so mad.
That's true. Oh God, I can't talk about these. Sorry, Justin. I don't mean that like in a bad way. I just personally we've been burned by money lines and spreads with WNBA so much. We just decided to just never do it again. We banned them personally. Seriously, like it doesn't help you. There's been so many times when that just goes sideways. It's just not even worth it. Just exit out. Just my personal feeling on it. Kieran says, back from the grave, work's been killer. What y'all think about Sykes, Mabry, and Kiki for 15? Well, Kiki might not play, first of all, right? So probably wouldn't want to throw her in a parlay because even if she does play, she might play limited. So definitely don't want to do that one. Mabry and Sykes at 15 plus, though? They've been getting there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're totally acceptable. I don't know if necessarily I would run all 3 of them in the same slip, but it does. They are good lines. They're definitely good lines.
Fear Nothing says still like Sykes under with Sabally and Kiki ruled out. Yeah.
Yeah, we still haven't got Kiki or fan news.
We do like Sykes under 7.5 RA regardless of who's in or out in that game. Unless Julie's out or something, then Sykes assists will pop up, but she's not on the injury report. Starfall says, let's go, y'all. Yeah. Haven't lost when y'all add one of my props to the board. Let's go, bro. I didn't even write it down yet, but I'm putting it in there. Heidemann, 10.5 under first half. Love it. Kev's here. Speaking of putting stuff on the list, Kev's here.
What up, Kev?
Good, man. Deck Sports says Salon 3-pointers over 1.5. Damn, Salon is good. I really like her. 1.5?
Yeah, I mean, she's live for that every night. She's mostly hitting that. I know the book's a bit divided. She was at 2.5 on some sites and 1.5 heavy juice on the over. She's been doing it. That's all she does.
Okay. Kenny says, what's the best bet for Hard Rock today? Straight bet.
Sykes RA or any of the really we love Sykes RA. I think the most by far. Under RA, under rebounds, 4.5 line, and then probably Gabby, Flage, Laura after that.
But just because we love Sykes that much, it doesn't mean put more money on it. It just means a normal unit because the ball can bounce to Sykes 5 times and we can be toast. Like, it's very possible. So just remember that. It is a good play by percentage talk. Like chances are it's a good play, period. But it can go backwards. It can go sideways, I guess I should say. So don't lock it in too hard and put too much on it. 1 unit. Mamba Mindset says Gabby 1.5 steals.
Yeah, it's a good play. I mean, we know what Gabby's done last seasons, and it is easily something for her. I don't mind the fantasy either in that aspect. I mean, 29 and some change on Underdog and 30 flat on Prizepicks is not bad. I like this little slipperooski right here.
A slipperooski? A slipperooski? What do you got there? Spikes under RA, Heidi under PRA first half, Starfall, thank you. LJ 4 rebounds, Malanga PR, Gabby rebounds. I mean, it's a lot of overs.
Further protected play. It is a couple overs. 3 but 2 unders. 2 unders though. How about that?
I'm excited about that Heidi first half. I cannot wait to cheer against her for the first half. It's going to be a fun one.
Well, since this is playing with funny money, I know this is all the stuff that we kind of talked about in a couple community plays too. So at least for Prizepicks standard, this is not the worst value. Mm-hmm. And getting our money back kind of feels nice on top of that. So
yeah,
how do you feel about this? How's that striking?
I like it. I would say that what play scares you the most? Because we could throw an MPB play in there that's on Prizepicks too. If there's one on there you would want to take off. What are you gonna say?
Real fast. Mm-hmm. Kiki's out.
Kiki's out. All right. Good. Yeah. Bump Shakira even higher, please. bump Shakira up even more. Everyone flood to bet Shakira now. Don't do it, guys. I'm saying for other people, we want her to go up higher. Personally, I cannot wait to take her under. And oh my gosh, I'm so glad today's Friday, because when she balls out and goes way over and I have to talk about it, good thing we don't stream tomorrow, so people will forget by Monday.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm more so just curious who they're going to put in the starting lineup over her. That I'm not sure about.
I'm excited to take her under, right? With Heideman's first half under. Yes, let's go. D. Johnson says thoughts on FAM over 9.5. Can we call her Fam just because it's fun to say Fam? And we know it's not Fam, but we want to say it because we just say it. Thoughts on Fam over 4.5. Or sorry, 9.5.
Yeah, she's losing out on a little bit of just overall volume, but still able to score. She's just mostly that first half struggle. You know, she's not really doing a whole lot and really pulling it out of her ass in the fourth quarter.
Pulling it out of her ass.
I think it's still a good line, and kind of surprised the bookies are being a little hesitant on it. But yeah, just also keep an eye on her second half points too. That's something that she's been kind of popping off on.
I got to bring it up again. You know how the dude said you were Owen Wilson, and this is now again. The way you just said keeping out of her ass, and then I said a joke, and you didn't even flinch. Like Owen Wilson on his movies, he'll say funny shit, but he won't even flinch. Like there'll be funny stuff coming out of his mouth, but he'll just like, hey, that's exactly what you did. Wow, that's amazing. Khadijah says Azare got 8 rebounds last night. 4.5 was cash, and you know what? Khadijah, I will say I noticed too, and I even made a bet on Azare, and I was cheering there too. So that was a dope call for sure. She has been boarding. She has been getting boards like crazy in limited minutes. Crazy. You know why? Because Cardoso is so bunk.
She had 6 assists too in that matchup. That's crazy.
Looking like Shepard out there.
Hey.
Fear Nothing says Kiki gonna play. No, Kiki is out, sir. We had just got the news. Kenny says they don't have her RA on Hard Rock for a straight bet. So he needs something other than Sykes. What would you play?
Do they have her rebounds? If they have that, I like that one.
Under rebounds? What are her rebounds? 4.5 or 3.5?
Yeah, only the 4.5 line. I'd leave the 3.5 line.
Sykes under rebounds. Man, under rebounds are so scary sometimes, but it is a good spot for it for sure. Last question of the day, and we're out of here. And guys, we got to our 69 likes. That's what's up. B. Fraser says Shakira under 3.5 assists.
It probably is better now with their not having Kiki out there. She's going to lose her, partner in crime with that. And honestly, I still have a sneaking suspicion we see Betts as more of a playmaker at some point moving forward. But scary matchup. Just don't forget Toronto. Again, they allow the most assists in the league. So there is that a little bit of danger, but it is still a high line nonetheless.
All right. Last comment of the day. ZB Miami says Hard Rock's limiting the Washington game to only overs. And that's very telling. Why, you say?
Well, it's
because
we just got injury news. So just give it a second. I'm sure you'll get props back.
It is. But why only overs? Because overs suck. That's why. Kenny says the rebounds for her is minus 175. That's for Sykes, I'm assuming.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you can straight bet it, or if you want to add in something easier to kind of parlay it up, I mean, you can get Gabby on any of those sites. You can say, like, for example, get Malonga's alt PR. I know you and I were talking about Jessica Shepard, her alt PRA line.
Malonga's alt rebound line, maybe, too. I don't know if it's good enough payout.
Yes. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that totally acceptable in any of those.
Yeah, so if you don't want to play a minus 175, just make sure if you're going to add another one, you like it just as much. Because straight betting a minus 175, there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. You don't get the lottery pick, $1 million, but that's not the game. The game is solid profit, long-term money. So nothing wrong with that. All right, E, you ready to get out of here?
Yeah, I think so. We'll get this slip posted up for you guys. Screenshot it, pause the video real fast to grab it. But we're going to get out of here. We'll see you guys back on Monday for streaming as usual. And good luck this weekend, fam. We'll catch y'all in Discord. All right? Peace.
I hate you.
Just cash.
Fuck you, Prizepicks! I hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks! I hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks! I hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks!
Well, I've had enough.